you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into it. So as you guys know, Jazzy has been posting a few vlogs these past few days, and people were looking at these vlogs thinking like, wow, like, she really seems like there is something going on in that house. Like, she just seems super depressed, super down, and she's also too at the same time spending a lot of money also out of nowhere. And it's tax time. Obviously people are getting their taxes, and we know that Jazzy has a history of just out of nowhere balling out when she gets her taxes, eating out, buying cars, getting places, getting her bum boyfriend all his little, car and things like that. So, she's been just oddly taking the kids out a lot, and we know that, she usually doesn't ever take the kids out or really do anything or take them out to eat. If she does go out to eat, we damn sure know that the four kids aren't going out with her. We know that Legend and Chris are going out with her. So let's get into this vlog that she did. She posted it yesterday or the day before, and she started out the vlog kind of talking about how she's been depressed and she hasn't wanted to get out of bed, but she hurried up and she kind of corrected herself, but she had already said it. And I know for me personally, I took it as, how she obviously said it was she doesn't get out of bed. But let's get into this clip and then we will talk about it.
I said I had to really take a step back and focus on myself because I have been letting myself go. Okay, when I say let myself go, I have been just in bed, not want to get up, not want to do anything, I'm not saying I'm not want to do anything for my kids, because I still get up and do stuff for them, but like, not wanting to vlog or just do my everyday thing. So I told myself that I was going to do better with that. I was going to learn to, like I told y'all before, I'm working on pouring back into myself. It takes a while, but I'm going to start pouring back into myself, whether it's me going to get my nails done, just focusing on myself, because let's be real, like, I put everyone else first and I don't think about myself at all. So I'm gonna start doing little things here and there for myself. I know y'all probably like, girl, you supposed to be doing that. I might start going on little dates, okay, either with myself or with a friend. Y'all will see that as well. I'm also going to, if I don't feel like getting full dress, this is good, okay? I mean, I'm at home, so I'm gonna put on some shorts and a shirt, but get dressed up sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I've really been in pajamas, y'all. Like, I've been in nightgowns and hair not brushed. So I finally brushed my hair, started a load of laundry for myself. I've been washing like a couple clothes here and there for myself.
So I had cut the clip short, but you guys get the whole gist of it. She basically said that now she is going to try to start pouring back into herself and trying to do more self-care, I guess, and, go on dates with herself and with friends and just do more overall. And we know that, this is the typical speech that Jazzy does when, she gets her taxes and she's able to, take herself out to, I guess, a salon or a nice dinner to herself, or, go out with her friends. This is typical things that, Jazzy does and says. And, it really doesn't surprise me that she now come on here and say that, she wants to go get her nails done and do this and do that. Like, sis, where was all this energy for the rest of the year? A few months back or just recently? Like, why now that you got your taxes, now all of a sudden now you want to go out and, get your nails done and go out to eat, which, that should be something that you're able to afford all year round. I mean, getting a simple pedicure done doesn't really, cost too much. I mean, around where I live, it's a typical $25-$30, something that you would spend going out buying a shirt or pants or anything like that, or and I'm sure around there it's really not that much different, unless they're charging $40-$50 for pedicures. I don't know how it is in her state, but I do know that, although it is good for mothers to get breaks and things like that, this girl gets hella breaks. I mean, she sits home with one child all day, and I just feel like she has enough time to do self-care. I mean, I know when I had one child, I was definitely able to do a lot more and for myself during the day. And, the kids are gone all morning, all afternoon, and then she doesn't have them weekends, and then, some more days. So it's just like she gets plenty of time to do this. But like I said, when taxes hit, this girl just turns into a whole nother person and just, splurges money like she's just some, rich celebrity, which we know she's obviously not. But let's get into the next part of this vlog, because this girl just, we know that Jazzy is just she basically shows anything on her vlogs, and then she wonders why people judge her the way they do. But let's get into the next part of this vlog, because a lot of people were posting this picture on their community posts, and people were talking like, sis, you have this whole channel, and you try to be professional and present yourself as a family channel, and you try to get on people when they get on Chris about how he doesn't take care of his family and how he's a bum, he doesn't do anything. But then you come on here and then you show vlogs, and then you show things like this, like your garage looking like a complete junkyard, and boxes everywhere and Christmas decorations just thrown in the garage. Like Chris literally just picked them up and just threw them out the garage door and just said, the hell with it, or, just like it was trash. When clearly, these decorations are promotions that people send her, and, clearly Christmas gifts or Christmas decorations that she uses every year, because we know that she, clearly uses the same decorations every year from what I've seen. But, she comes on here and she tries to portray that, she is so professional and she doesn't like people talking about this man. But let's get into this clip and then we will talk about it.
Don't worry in our garage. This is doing the clutter of our garage this weekend. All these boxes, all this stuff has to go. We have so much stuff in here. I gotta get gotta get storage for those. It's a lot of stuff.
So, y'all, when I saw that, I was just like, this man has a whole truck. Like, what does he truly do with this truck? We never hear of her putting anything in his truck or see her put anything in his truck to throw away, like trash or anything. It's like, you would think as a man, he sits around all day, put the boxes in his truck and go take them to, wherever they need to go to be thrown away. Like, sis, what does this man truly do? And you're showing these things and then you get mad when people talk about it, but then you show it. So then it makes me think, like, do you and Chris have an agreement to where, like, you're going to show these things so people can just purposely, talk about these things? Or do you just, are you just that dumb that you don't realize, when you show these things? And it's just like, you have the nerve to leave that garage door open when the whole neighborhood can see into your garage. And I'm sure the neighbors are probably thinking like, God, I cannot wait till these people leave, because, when you have one house on the block that, is just dirty and trashed up, a lot of the times, that can just make the whole block look trashy. Even if all the other houses on the block are nice, even if it's just that one house, it just takes that one house to just ruin the whole thing. So I just feel like these people are just probably looking like, oh my God, like, let alone just have the nerve to have your garage looking like that. But then you leave the garage door open, and then you have the nerve to post it online for people to talk about. And then you say, oh, these people nitpick, and oh, these people are just so nosy and this and that. But sis, you clearly leave it in the vlogs for people to talk about. And, I just had to comment on that because, I know a lot of people have posted it on their community posts. But let's get into this next clip, because I know a lot of people were also talking about this. And she also had the nerve to talk about Philip's sister not doing the girl's hair the way she wanted, when we know this girl has clearly never ever has taken initiative to do these girls' hair unless it's, around school time, like they're about to go back to school, or it's a birthday. Any other time you never see her getting these girls' hair consistently done, and she always claims that she's going to. And, forget the fact that, to take the kids somewhere to get the hair professionally braided, because we know that Jazzy herself can braid. So, sis, if you know how to braid, why are you having other people have to end up doing your daughter's hair? Because you just are just that lazy and you just don't want to do it. And, it's like she's a stay-at-home mom. She's home all day just with Legend. She has plenty of time on her hands. I mean, I'm sure the hair does take a little bit of time, but you can split it up, during the weekend. Like, sis, maybe if you just have to keep the kids home one weekend so you can get all their hair done and, not have to constantly send the kids over Phillips every single weekend. And then you can't get things like braid their hair and, do things like that because it's hard to do it during the school week, which I could understand. So, she makes no attempt to try to, maneuver around things to actually, make things easier for herself. I just feel like she purposely, sends the kids over to Phillips and, does all that. So she has, an excuse to, they're always over Phillips. I can't do their hair, or, whatever excuse it is that she just doesn't want to do the girls' hairs, because we know that, before Kayla's hair got done, Philip's sister did it. We know that it was almost dreaded. It was in her head for so long, and Jazzy made no attempt to take it out. Not even just take it out and put it in a nice slicked up ponytail. Just blatantly just doesn't even do it and just doesn't even care. And yet again, she wonders why people say what they do. So let's get into this clip.
And look at our hair is pink too.
Their aunt, their dad's sister did their hair. Their dad asked her to do bigger braids, and yeah, that's what happened. But you gotta be grateful for what you get at the end of the day.
Yes.
So I'm not really tripping, but
did you see that?
you did a good job. I'm watching.
2 times.
So again, y'all, I just couldn't get over the fact that this girl really had the nerve to say, just gotta be grateful for what you get, I guess. Like, bitch, you ought to be lucky that somebody took the initiative to do your daughter's hair, because you don't take any initiative on your own. And then you come on here and have the nerve to leave that in the video. And I'm sure, if I was Philip's sister, I would have said, you know what, you shouldn't have to worry about me touching the girl's hair no more. If she's going to be that picky, and on top of that, the girl's not even doing it herself. Oh, no, yet. You know what? Homegirl can figure it out herself and figure out how to do and make sure her girl's hair is done every 2 weeks to, however long a hairstyle should be in. It's just like, it's so crazy. And, yet again, this girl is just so ungrateful to everybody else, to her subscribers, to the people who help her out with her kids, her close family, her mother. But then Chris gets, treated like a king, and like he does all these things, and he's the one that helps her out and, helps with her kids. And it's just so crazy. But this is why this girl is getting treated the way she does and getting, her karma, because what she gives, she's getting back also. So let's get into this next clip. So lastly, people were talking about how Legend was acting very scared of Jazzy's mother. And, people were asking, like, why was Legend acting so, like, standoffish, like he didn't really want to talk to Jazzy's mother. And I did see where Jazzy had commented back to somebody and said that he was scared of the dog and he wasn't scared of her mother. And people were saying, like, obviously it probably has to do with Chris, because we know that Chris doesn't like her mother. And obviously we know that, most times when Jazzy does need somebody to watch Legend, she doesn't really call her mother. I know that Chris watched Legend the last 2 times, so people were just surprised by it. But Jazzy did stop by her mother's house at the end of the vlog to give her mother her birthday gifts, and she did give her $100. And she gave her 2 other little small gifts. And I know people were saying, like, she should give her more, because we know that Jazzy's mother does do a lot for Jazzy, because we know that Jazzy cannot really do, a lot of things independently as an adult on her own, that she requires her mother's help a lot. So her mother does help her in return. And, I just find it crazy that her mother continues to help this girl when she does have a man in the home. And as disrespectful as he is, I won't be doing nothing for this girl or her. I mean, nothing for him or her. And we know that, Jazzy came on here to tell her mother to shut the fuck up. And, when she said that, as her mother, I would have just said, like, you know what, I'm done. You figure it out. You and that bum can figure it out. I'll do for my grandkids, but that's it. But, her mother still continues to enable her. And I just feel like, that's her mother's fault, at the end of the day, if she wants to keep, enabling Jazzy. And it only get worse and worse and worse. And, I just find it crazy how Chris has the nerve to hate her mother when her mother does so much for her, that clearly Chris benefits off Chris benefits off of also. So, you know, it's just really weird. But let's get into this clip and then we will wrap this up.
He walked all the way to our kitchen.
Come here, baby boy.
Come on, go Nana. He'll not walking shoes though. I gotta get him some walking shoes.
Come here.
Yep.
Come here. 2 of them. I got a pink one. A pink one.
My mama got Caitlin and Amaya. These
So that was the clip basically showing how Legend acted. And, you know, like I said, you know, that's on Jazzy. You know, if that's on her, you know, for her to care about what relationship Legend and her mother have. I mean, clearly the other 4 do have a relationship with her mother. They obviously don't see her as much, but they do have a relationship with her. And, you know, I think Jazzy should also make it even more important for Legend to have a relationship with her mother, because obviously we see that Chris refuses to really talk about his family or show his family or make, you know, Legend a part of his family with his other family. So, you know, it's all weird. But I also wanted to get into one last thing also in the video, because I forgot to add it before we talked about this. But in the middle of the video, Jazzy had took the 4 kids out to, I don't know if it was Chili's or Applebee's. And, you know, I just find it so crazy that, you know, she only wants to take the kids out when she has money, because clearly, you know, these trips out really don't have to be so much. You know, you can do things like take them out for pizza, or, you know, take them out for something that's kind of cheap that everybody can eat off of. One thing, you know, even if it is about money, like I said, pizza is the most cheapest that I can think of, where, you know, everybody can eat off of just, you know, one. Or, you know, take them to places that offer maybe kids eat free on certain nights, or, you know, things like that. Like, there's so many things that you can do, and she just only wants to do it when she just has, you know, a tax check hit her account. And it's just so strange. But comment down below what you guys think about this whole thing of, you know, Jazzy not getting her taxes and, you know, wanting to show off and eat out and do all these things for the kids. But we know that by the twins' birthday in April, she'll be broke, because we know last year and the year before, the twins had to have a crappy birthday because she basically blew all her taxes on eating out and just doing for her little bum boyfriend. But comment down below, you guys, what you guys think about this whole vlog and how she now wants to vlog every day, and she's going to be showing this whole self-care thing and pouring into herself thing and whatever else she so-called claims she's gonna do. But thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.